Today's session, we are going to see that applied hydraulics and pneumatics. Subject code is U18 PCMT 601. Lecture delivered by Chandra Mohan, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechatronics Engineering, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research, BIST, Chennai. In this unit, you are going to see about the fourth unit, pneumatic systems and the components you will be seeing in this unit. And what are the topics you have to cover is first one is pneumatic components. In pneumatic components, properties of air and what are the types of compressors, and then FRL, that is filter, regulator and lubricator unit. Next one is air control valves, switch exhaust valve, pneumatic actuators or otherwise called as cylinders, fluid power circuit design and how you will be going to circuit design, and speed control circuits, that means your meter in and meter out valves, synchronizing circuit, electro pneumatic circuit, which is pneumatic circuit which we will be interfacing with ladder diagrams and we will be actuating the motors, that is comes under electro pneumatic circuits, and sequential circuit design for a simple application using a cascade method. First of all, we're going to see the basics of pneumatics and pneumatic circuits. In pneumatic systems, uses air under pressure and is a low pressure system transmitting medium in compressible, leaks or clear, and components are lighter and less expensive. And next one is your air is cheaper, and applications of pneumatic systems, industrial robotics or automation, operations of machine tools, operations of work handling device or work holding device, and next one is packaging, feeding, metering, dose, controls, trans transfer of materials, turning and investigation of inventing of parts, sorting of parts, sharing of components, stamping, and other things we will be using our pneumatic systems. Benefit of a air compressed air. What are the benefits means? Explosion profits, fast movement, and easily transmittable, easily stored, and it is will be clean and simple construction will be there. Next one is no return line will be there like hydraulics, and while operating temperature will be low compared to hydraulics, and other things and all it will be compact, lighter and repairable. Next one is a basic pneumatic system. In basic pneumatic system, you will be seeing intake of air filters, compressors, after coolers, air separators, safety valves, and directional control valves and actuators. These are the basic components of your pneumatic system. And next one is your pneumatic components. In this is a air filter with a water separated to filter the dust and the moisture from the air line is here. While your from your compressor, your air line will be coming from your inlet port. While it is coming to inlet port, it will be filtered in this filter element, and which will be having some moisture. So due to some moisture, it will be your dust will be present in your air filter. After that, the clean air will be going from this position to this position out through outlet, and it will be going for regulators. And next one is air compressor. Air compressors have two types of air compressors. It is mainly it is takes an atmospheric air, and next one is compressing the air so as to increase the air pressure and transfer the compressed air into a air reservoir. This is otherwise called as tank. And this is in air compressor. There is two types of air compressor. One is single stage air compressor. Another one is the multi-stage air compressor. Whereas in a single stage air compressor, this is a single stage air compressor. There you will be having a one piston, and which will be compressing the air from the atmosphere, and it will be sent to your storage tank. Otherwise, here that is called as a air reservoir. And next one is a pneumatic components. Next one is a regulator. After that filtering, it will be you will be regulating a pressure regulator to reduce the air supply pressure, to keep the outlet pressure constant even if the air supply is somewhat flexible. And next one is the input or inlet pressure must be greater than the output pressure. And next one, this is the pressure regulator, whereas you will be sending the pressure through the filter, and it will be got your air pressure regulator, whereas you will be adjusting the pressure according to your requirement. That is adjustable screws here. See here, this is a pressure regulator, whereas you will be for adjusting, you will be having a adjusting screws and springs and seated valves and diaphragms and plungers. And this is an inlet port, and this is spring depending, and this is a valve disc. Whereas if you are adjusting the screws means your this position will be open and your fluid will be easily go to the outlet. And if it you are tightening means that will be fully closed. And this is a pressure regulator. You can adjust the pressure according to your requirement. And next one is this is a safety valve, and this is otherwise called as a pressure limiting valve to prevent the maximum permissible pressure in a system from being exceed. And this is a that safety valve, and this is a system pressure, whereas you will be having a system pressure, and it will be exiting if the system pressure is a high means it will be automatically open, and the outlet port to atmosphere will be coming from this valve. If this is you can also use a adjustable screws for regulating your safety valve also. This is a pressure relief valve adjustable, whereas you will be having a when there is a pressure is high in this pipe means it will be automatically move your port, and you will be having an adjustable spring also in your safety valve. And next one is this is a check valve, whereas it will be to stop the flow completely from in one direction and allows the full flow in other direction. That is, you will be in terms of diode. In diode, you will be having a flow in one direction, and the opposite direction there won't be a flow. Like that, it will be check valve is the one type of a diode. You will be having only one inlet, and the direction will be in one direction. It will be moving. And next one is the blocking element can be coin balls, and this may be other plates or diaphragm. Like that, you can change the that blocking element also in your check valve. And this is a pressure regulator, and it is a unidirectional line mounted adjustable flow regulator, because you can either you can adjust the pressure flow regulator, and otherwise you can also using the check valve, if the pressure is exists also, it will be automatically open from this position to this position. Your flow will be in another direction, and the free flow in one direction will be there, and adjustable resistant flow in other direction also here will be acceptable. And next one is your how it is fully working. If it is normally closed in this position, and this is normally in opposite direction also you can use. It is unidirectional port. And next one is your directional control valve. Here you will be, otherwise you will be calling as a DCV, that is directional control valve. For example, in directional control valve, you will be having 2 by 2, 3 by 2, 4 by 2 way valves. How you will be splitting means you will be splitting two ways and two positions. You will be first denoting the ways or your ports by your position. Here that is 2 by 2 indicates that is a 2 port and 2 position valve, directional control valve. To, to control the start and stop the airflow so that the cylinder movement can be controlled. Start or stop, forward or reducing the stroke. For clockwise or anti-clockwise rotation of an air motor can be controlled using a directional control valve. And next is this is an example for your 2 by 2. Here you can see this is a two position. See, this is a two position and this is a two port. This one is one port and two port. One is inlet and one is outlet. Here also, this is the inlet port and this is the outlet port. Here you will be having two ports. Here also two ports and two positions. We'll be having two positions with each two ports. That is called as two connection and two position squares, and products the 2 by 2 wave of directional control valve, which is 2 by 2 directional control valve. And this is a 3 by 2. Instead of you will be having a separate thing, here you will be having this is two position and this is three ports, 1, 2, 3, like that, 1, 2 and 3. This is 3, that is 3 ways and 2 position, otherwise it will be called as 3 ports and 2 positions. And this one is a 4 by 2. Here we will be having same 2 positions and each position will be having 4 ports, and it may be this may be a inlet means this is one port, inlet port, this is outlet port, and this is the inlet port, and this is outlet port. Same as this position also having outlet ports. And in 5 by 2 you will be having one dummy port will be there, and this is a dummy port in each position that will be having a fifth port, so that this is called as 5 by 2, that is 5 ports and 2 position. In this is called as 5 by 2 directional control valve. And next one is your pneumatic valve. This is a spool valve, and this 3 by 2 valve have a plain spool sliding with a static seals, and the ore ring seal are holded in a carried fixed in the valve and both and positioned by the spacers are not shown. Here it is a 3 by 2 valve, whereas it will be using as a 2 positions and 3 ports. Each will be having a 3 ports. This is a spool valve. When it is it can be either changing this position. This is means see here this is the inlet, and another way this is shifted to, that is in spool valve. This is if you are changing the direction of flow means that is a spool valve. And this one is a same spool valve, and this is normally opened in another direction like this. This is the first position and this is the second position. If it's normally opening, closing and opening, like that it will be working. Next one is operated, and if you are having any directional control valves or pressure regulator valves also, in mainly in directional control valve, an operator is a mechanism that causes a valve to change the state. They are classified as a manual or mechatronics and electrical, and here we will be having a push button. You will be changing the valve using a push button, mushroom push buttons, whereas you can be seeing a sort of on off switch like this, and switches, and emergency stop, and roller operated, and one way trip, and this is a air pilot, and this is a solenoid. This is all controlled by the it will be controlling your directional controls. It may be a directional 3 by 2 push button directional control valve, otherwise it is operated roller operated valve, and it is otherwise it will be calling as, if it is using a solenoid mean that is a solenoid operated valve. And next one you're going to see is that is a pneumatic actuator, and in pneumatic actuator there is a, it may be a motor or a pump, and it may be a cylinder. Mainly you will be denoting a pneumatic actuator as a cylinder. See, this is a pneumatic actuator, whereas this is, we will be having a one port. That means this is an single acting cylinder, whereas it will be having one port. See, this is a single acting cylinder. This is the inlet port. If the fluid one touch, if the fluid is going here means it will be automatically filled, and this piston will be moved from this position to this position. It will be extended, and your cylinder will be extended. This is the speed valve, and this is a piston, and this is the connecting rods, and this is pneumatic mounting brackets, and this is a cylinder body, and this is a one touch quick acting fittings. And whereas you will be, this is a, you will be noting this, this is a one touch quick connecting fittings, whereas you will be using for holding your hoses, and this is the thing. And this is an single acting spring return valve. In spring return valve, in single acting cylinder there is a two type of positions. One is a normally in and normally out, and one will be a single acting cylinder having a power stroke in the one direction, and this is a normally, this is normally in, this is a normally in, and this is a normally out. See, here is a normally in means the cylinder will be in rest position. Normally out means the piston will be in a extended position. That means normally out position. And pneumatic lines and fittings transfer the compressed air to different components. Flexible hoses and quick disconnection couplings are more suitable for equipment which require the coupled or uncoupled frequently. And this is a pneumatic lines and fittings. And next one, what are the advantages of a pneumatic system? It is availability. Air is practically available everywhere, and it is unlimited quantity. That is more flexible. That is the advantage. And transportation can be easily transport in pipelines, are not necessary to return to the compressed air. That is it is air, no, so we not need to store again, and it can be after finishing our requirement, it can be uh, live to the atmosphere. And next one is storage. In storage, compressor needs not to be in continuous operation, can be stored in or and removed for a reservoir or a cylinder. And temperature and incentive temperature is more convenient itself, and operations also will be here will be a good thing, and temperature is not so constant here. And explosion of proof, and no risk of explosion of fire, and expensive protection against explosion is not required because it is a normally a low pressure component, so pneumatic is not requiring explosion proofs and all. And cleaners and leakages, leakaging air does not cause any contaminations, and suitable for food, wood and textile and leather industries, and it is no more convenient. And next one is your construction. In construction, simple construction, it will be used as, and it is inexpensive, and speed is very fast working will be there, so it will be a medium work range, and cylinder have working a speed of one 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 or two meters per second it will be working. And next one is a disadvantage of your pneumatic system. It will be a preparation required to remove the dirt and humidity, humidity, and compressible not proposed to achieve the uniform and constant piston speed. And next one is the force requirement and low pressure, low working loads, and the require output forces is economically only up to about 20 kilonewton to 30 kilonewton, commonly used for working pressure of 7 bars, and it is somewhat cost is expensive to the product, and exhaust air is somewhat noisy here. So that these are the main disadvantages in the pneumatics, and that not be so much as compared to other systems. It will be more flexible only for our systems. And pneumatic symbols, these are some pneumatic symbols. And first symbol is your air compressor. Otherwise it is a, we will be having a certain number of symbols. This is a this is a unidirectional air compressor. That will be having a one this triangle denotes this is a unidirectional, and this is a pneumatics. In hydraulics it will be shaded, means that is a hydraulic compressor or motor. This is an air compressor symbol or a motor, and this is a filter symbol, whereas this dotted line indicates this is a filter, and this is a lubricator, and this is a pressure gauge. And where we will be using a dial indicator symbol, it will be denoting like this. And this is a symbol for your pressure regulator, and this one is your pressure relief valve, whereas this two symbols will be moreover same. And in see here regulator, if the regulator pressure outlet is high, means it will be automatically, it will be closing. Here if the inlet pressure itself it is high, means it will be automatically changing the valve. That is one common difference in this pressure regulator and the pressure relief valve. And this is a single acting cylinder. Single acting cylinder denotes it is having a single port, and for return stroke it will be having a spring like structure. This is the spring. This is called as single acting spring return cylinder. And this one is a double acting cylinder, whereas in double acting cylinder we will be having a two port, and if this port is acting as an inlet, this port will be acting as an outlet, and if this port is acting as an inlet, means this port will be acting as an outlet. If this port is acting as an inlet, means the cylinder will be in extension point, will be started to extend. Even if this port is changed as an inlet port, means your cylinder will be automatically retracted. See, this is a direction control valve. See whether this is having two position. So this is having two position, and each position is having four ports or four ways. So this is called as 3/2 directional control valve, push button, and push button operated with spring return valve. So this is a push button and it is having a spring return. So it is called as 3/2 directional DCV, push button operated and spring return valves. And this one is your 5/2 directional control valve, which is operated using a pyrated operator valve. This indicates that is a pyrated operated. This is a fixed flow control valve, whereas there won't be a, it is manually it will be a fixed, and this is an adjustable flow control valve, where you can have a knob and it will be, you can adjust the flow like tap. If you want, means you can fully open or fully close, or you can be in medium flow, you can be accepted here. And this one is your one way flow control valve, whereas will be having flow will be here only, and opposite flow will be can be accepted, and this flow will be not be acceptable here. And this is a one way flow control valve. And this is next you are going to see about the pneumatic circuit design. For a first example, we will be seeing this is a problem, and the given problem is a single acting cylinder is to clamp a component with a push button is pressed. As a long as the push button is activated, the cylinder is remain in the clamped position. If the push button is released, the clamping is to be retracted, so the cylinder will be extended. Here the main problem what they are given means you have to use a cylinder, and it should be single acting cylinder you should be using. And if the push button is on means the cylinder should be extended. If the push button is off means the cylinder should be retracted. So here we are using for a clamping and unclamping process with using a single acting cylinder. And this is our circuit. Whereas if you are pushing the push button means the position will be changed, and your flow will be from this direction to this position means your cylinder will be this. There will be your inlet port, and your fluid is and started to enter here means your cylinder will be extended and it will be in extension position, and it will be normally in clamping position. If you want to retract means you have to take out the you have to take back your that piston means it will be automatically retracted. And this is the solution for your given problem. And next one is your problem is the piston of a single acting cylinder is to travel out after actuating a valve and return at end position after the valve has been released. See here, here we are using a push button, and if the push button is on means the direction will be from this position to this position. Your flow will be from this here to here, and your position will be changed, and your cylinder will be extended. If the cylinder is want to be retracted, you have to change the position. So this is a solution for the piston. Whereas the piston of a single acting cylinder is to travel out the after actuating a valve and return to its end after the valve have been released. Here if the push button is on means it will be automatic in extension position itself. If it is push button is released means it will be automatically come to its original position. And your third problem, the piston of a cylinder, note it down, the piston of a single acting cylinder. The single acting cylinder is having a piston is to travel out after operating. It should be traveling out after operating in any one of the push button and return to the end position after the push button is released. It should be extended when the any push button is actuated, and it should be returned after the push button is released. See here, it is a R valve. If your R valve indicates if will be any one input is okay means the cylinder will be extended. So if you push use this push button also, it will be working, and it will be this position will be closed, and your cylinder will be extended position. And if you release means it will be automatically come to rest position. Otherwise, if you are pushing this position also, it will be in this position only. It may be either or. If it is either or, if any one input is okay means the push button and the R valve sequence will be applied. And this is a solution for your thing. And next position is your the piston of a single acting cylinder is to travel out same as this one, and after they are having a one more position. Also the piston speed of a single acting cylinder is to be adjustable for a advanced movement. So we have to same problem, and here what they are telling me same problem, previous problem, but you have to use a you have to control the speed of a single acting cylinder with a adjustable thing. So we can be using an adjustable flow control valve or something, or directional control valve we can use. And here you are using a flow control valve. See here, and with this same position, in this we are having a flow one-way flow control valve. So it may be adjustable. If you are adjusting means you can control the uh, piston movement. It may be moving slow. If you are fully open means it will be move faster. If you are normally open for about 30% means it will be normally move according to the 30% of speed. And this is your single acting cylinder, and this is your components is one way flow control valve. Here this is a 3x2 push button operated with spring return directional control valve. This is one. And next one is your in fifth position example, a double acting cylinder is to be extended when both the push buttons are operated through 5x2 valve. Upon releasing of 5x2 valve, the cylinder should be retracted. What they are saying means you have to use a single acting, double acting cylinder with a push button for through the 5x2 valve, and it should be extended. And after releasing that one, it should be automatically retracted. Cylinder should be retracted in original position. Here, they are told it may be a thing. If you're on the push button, see, once again you should you just go through this problem. A double acting cylinder is extended with both push buttons. So we are having, you should have both push button. We are having two push buttons, and push buttons are operated through 5x2. It will be operated with the 5x2 valve, and upon releasing the 5x2, it should be retracted. See here, we are actuating using a 5x2 valve, direction control valve only we are using. From this, we are having a push button, and after it, you will be having a and valve, and you are having a double acting cylinder. If you are pushing this push button means you will be normally open and this will be normally closed, and you are actuating this. If you are giving both the input, both if you are pressing the both the push button at a time means your cylinder will be extended. Otherwise, your cylinder will be in same position. And after pushing the both push button, your cylinder will be extended. After releasing your both push button, your cylinder will be automatically retracted using this valve. So because this port will be automatically open connected with this two valves, but this position will be activated with the direction of your 5x2. So it is easy to retract the position. And next position, you just go through with this. What is the thing in this problem? First, you just note it down. A double acting cylinder, you have to use a double acting cylinder, okay, and is to be controlled by a 3x2 valve, and it should be controlled by a 3x2 valve, such that the piston travel out with the first valve. Okay, the piston first valve, it should be moved and actuated and remaining the forward motion and formation, the position even after releasing of the first valve, the signal for the return motion is given through the second 3x2 valve. The piston speed of the cylinder is to be adjustable. We can be using flow control valve. We can be adjusting the speed of the system for the advancement of the motion and the same things. See here, we will be having what they are telling means they you want to be controlling the retraction position. The cylinder, if the retractor means you want to control that, means for that in your system you should be adding the one-way flow control valve in this outlet port. So you can be this return line, you should be using this one-way flow control valve. And here they have told us you will be using a direction control valve, and for push button you will be using a 3x2 push button. Using this, if you are pushing this one means it will be automatically open and it will be extended with the normal speed. And if you are pushing this push button means it will be automatically going through, and it will be retracting according to our You can be able to control the extension and or meter out. You can be controlled. And next problem, a double acting cylinder is to reach the forward motion. The double acting cylinder should be in forward motion, and the end position by operating the push button, it should be with the push button, it should be operated, and it should be returned to the initial position automatically, and produce the push button with the initial of advance motion is not to be actuated. See here, same position, same double acting cylinder and same the thing, and it should be automatically extended. If you're pushing this push button, it will be automatically extended, and if you are pushing this push button, it will be automatically retracted. And next one is your next problem. A conditioner is to be used to be the thing of downloading the cleaning of path, and the continuously stop push button will be there, and will be for if you are starting means it will be automatically it will be detected, and you will be this container will be fold and it will be shifted, and it will be automatically clean, and this sequence is using for a configuration of automatic cleaning system. It will be automatically clean. If you are on it, it will be cylinder will be extended, and it will be holding this thing, and it will be dumping in this cleaning bath, and it will be at then the container will be shipped to another position. For shifting, you will be requiring a double acting cylinder. It will be actuating, and it will be holding that container, and will be dipping in a bathtub, and after cleaning, it will be taking back to its normal position. Using a stop and stop push button, you can be using this. You can be actuating these things. And these are the circuit, whereas cascade circuit, which will be if a cylinder is extended, means that will be taken as a plus. If the cylinder is retracted, means that will be calculated as a minus. And for the same problem, we will be using a clamping problem, and if you want to use the clamping things, and using a single acting cylinder, we will be using for a clamping and declamping same problem, and the same set of sequence will be used for you will be using a sensor for this, and you will be using this is a drilling sensor, and this is unclamping switches, and this is a clamping switches where using a shuttle valve. With the shuttle valve, you will be having a 2 pressure valves, and after that you will be actuating the cylinder if it is clamping, and after you will be releasing the sort of unclamping thing, it will be normally clamped. Otherwise, it will be in normal clamped position. If you are unclamping the position with the 3x2 valve, it will be automatically using this one. And this is a work sensor, and this is used for your drill sensor. You may be according to your requirement, you can be shifting the all these things. And this is a 10th problem. 2 cylinders are used to transmit it, and one cylinder is to be extended and another cylinder will be in retracted position. And for clamping and unclamping of your shifting position, if one cylinder will be used to push one magazine, and another should be pushing. If A cylinder extended means afterwards the B cylinder will be extended. After that, the B cylinder will be retracted, and A cylinder will be retracted. And this position is A plus, B plus, B minus, and A minus should be there. And next one, this is a thing. And with this, we will be concluding our unit. And in next class, we will be seeing what are the upgradation of what are the maintenance required, and that's and all we will be seeing in next